He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. Before we go to Lincoln, Nebraska, Jeff, you know what does not go good with bourbon?
What's that?
Go-Gurt.
What? Oh God. Why would you make that mistake?
Well, I was looking for a snack after I went to the bathroom, and the only thing in our basement fridge was Go-Gurt. And, I love Go-Gurt. Yogurt's great. It's sugar and yogurt, but it's good. And so I had one. And then I took a sip of my Costco Kirkland Bottled in Bond bourbon, and it didn't go with it at all.
I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't even know they still make Go-Gurt.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Great match snack because it's in a container. You don't have to touch it.
That's reasonable.
Great match snack. We go to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Woo! Nebraska.
Not far from Jeff. Where this happened back in April, but this story's fucking great. Thank you, Jeff, for finding it. A Lincoln man was cited after he accidentally shot himself in the hand following a bad dream. Lincoln police officers responded to a home near 58th and J Streets around 5 a.m. after learning someone accidentally shot themselves. Officers spoke with a 68-year-old victim with a gunshot wound to his left hand. The victim reported he had a bad dream and woke up thinking someone was breaking into his home. He grabbed his handgun next to his bed and fired it without realizing his hand was in front of the barrel, according to the Lincoln PD. The victim was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. LPD said he was also cited and released for unlawful discharge of a firearm. Now, as dumb as this sounds, have you ever been having a dream you were taking a piss and you started to piss?
I've definitely had dreams where I wake up in a cold sweat and
don't leave me hanging here, fucker.
I've not pissed myself.
Well, I just squirted. That's all it was. It was just a little dampening, and I'm like, oh, this is a dream. I need to wake up and go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I haven't had that one, but I have woken up out of breath because I think I was punching the air.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
So to talk about dreams for 10 seconds, when you get involved in combat sports or within when you start to kind of practice violence, you'll have dreams where you're getting attacked. It's like a scene from a movie where you're attacked by the 10-foot tall, 500-pound dude, and you're throwing all your best punches, all your best kicks, and you're like, nothing's working. You'll pull your gun, you'll fire 1,000 shots, and you're like, it's not working. You'll throw it at him. Those are the worst dreams ever.
The older I get, the less I remember dreams. But I remember in high school, I would have very vivid dreams where there were two things I cared about in high school: playing football and playing guitar. And the two would conflate themselves. I'd be lined up at right tackle, and then when they go hot hot hot, I pull out the guitar and start going dun 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 dun. I start playing Enter Sandman. It's the weirdest thing ever.
As one does.
Yeah.
But this guy apparently grabs his gun and pulls the trigger immediately.
I bet he was awake after he shot himself in the hand.
I bet so. So one of the things I do, and I know I do it different than everybody else, I don't have a loaded gun around me when I sleep.
Mine's in a safe, and it's sort of loaded. I've got a magazine with a dead trigger and an empty chamber.
Same. 100. So slightly different because I live by myself, so I can get away with a little bit more.
Yours is not in a safe right next to your bed.
Right. It's on the table next to me, mag inserted, chamber unloaded, because it's rack slide. Let's go. Because I've done enough USPSA unloaded starts that I'm like, I think I can figure out how to rack this, or if shit goes south, tap rack. Let's go. So I treat that a little bit differently than most people. I think most people, when I tell them oh yeah, I keep a gun at home, they're like, oh, it's probably loaded. I'm like, nope, I gotta rack that bitch.
Yep. Okay. So moving on with the show, a thing that's been in here for a couple of weeks, we're finally getting around to. How's your draw from concealment, Jeff? Can you draw from concealment well?
It depends on your metric. when me and Lane have done tactical abomination training, when we do pistol stuff, I draw from concealment and my gun ends up in my hand, and I do the shooty things, and I haven't shot myself, so net positive. But when I watch the RCCW legends do like 0.8 like fig leaf draws, I'm like, maybe I'm kind of bad at this.
Well, there's that, and then there's like the practical fast draw. I was about to say practically, but I wanted to say practical, so it came out practical. I'm not that drunk. A practically fast draw. That's, slow is smooth, smooth is fast is stupid in my opinion, but going max speed when I need it to be on, like in almost every class, permit class I teach, I will demonstrate a concealed draw from appendix.
Yep.
And I want it to look quick. I want it because the whole point I'm making when I do that is how long does it take you to get your gun out of where you keep it? Because most people don't actually carry a gun. Or at least most of the people in my class don't actually carry a gun. Right. Like the vast majority, it's just like in the car somewhere with them while they're traveling.
It's an afterthought. It's in the purse. It's behind the hip.
Yeah. It's not even that. It's like in a case in the back seat on the floor. Like that's
Jesus.
That's where most of the people that take my classes have their gun. Like it's not on them.
Right.
I mean, and most of the people that are taking my class are not people who have conversations like you and I do.
Right. We are the 0.01% of people who actively do this shit on a regular basis.
And I would guess most of the people listening to this are also part of that.
Y'all part of the 0.01%. Yeah. You legends.
Don't be such an elitist dick, Jeff.
We all elitists.
No, you posted you put a video in the rundown sort of demonstrating how draw time matters. There's this dude in like I think the comic book store.
I think it's a vape shop or like a marijuana shop of some sort.
Okay, I've never been in either of those, so I couldn't tell you. But this guy's like putting money away, and a couple guys come in to rob him. He takes 2 steps to his right, starts reaching for his gun. It's not like the fastest draw ever, but it's quick. Like it's not slow. And he fires one shot real quick. The guy who is closest to him turns around, starts heading out, and I'm pretty sure he's dead now because he's like, when the video stops, he's like on his hands and knees, like struggling to move. So I'm pretty sure his blood was mostly leaving his body. But it's quick, and whether or not he was well practiced or got lucky, I don't know. But quick's better than slow.
Right. The active self-protection has, I forget the principle, but they call it, but like people tend to actually perform fairly well in shootings just because it is a simple action. Get gun out, start making noise.
It's usually very close range.
Right. It's extremely close range. It's like, and like we kind of have this perception that the people that are attacking us are like, stormtroopers from Star Wars, or like the henchmen in every action movie that are like, there's gunfire, let me run towards it. And really what they actually find is once bullets start flying, most people go, I need to go check my laundry because like I need to not be here right now.
Well, that's the smart move.
Right. And like even this shooting, I was looking through the comments, and one person said they don't even think a shot landed. Like there's one Asp said that they don't think anyone actually got hit. It's just
I don't know. He looks hit.
Right.
I've killed enough deer to go like, no, that guy's slowing down the farther away he gets. Like that guy got hit.
I 100% feel you. But yeah, it's most people's perception of like, hey dude, you got to put like 6 rounds into this dude, and if you don't, like he's gonna like rev up, and it's like most of the time by the first shot everyone starts running away. Like
I think a lot of robbers are counting on the fact that you're going to be intimidated by them and they're going to get away with it, and then when all of a sudden the gun comes out, they're like, oh shit.
Well, and Asp talks about that, and I do get some shit for referring to Asp a lot, but
cover your Asp.
Exactly. But they make great points.
Great content with cringy intros.
Correct.
Yeah.
If they, a couple good points they make is like, if you're going to resist, you must resist fully, because like Andy said, most robbers believe that you're going to comply with them. They're like, hey, who would be crazy enough? They got a gun pointed at them. Who's going to talk some shit? Well, when there are videos of this where like someone just goes, no. Have you ever seen
like when you pick on the jiu-jitsu black belt in the bar and they turn you into a pretzel?
Right. Or if you've ever seen the movie Seven Psychopaths, there's this great scene where now I can't remember his name, but they're like pointing a shotgun at him, like, stop right there. He goes, no. They're like, but I have a gun. He goes, I don't care. And they're like, I don't know what to do right now.
Like that would scare me.
Right. 100%.
Like if I'm pointing a gun at somebody trying to rob them and they don't care about it, like,
right.
What do they know that I don't know?
Right. My coach always told the story that when he was in Thailand, if you ever were like, you want to fight, little man? And because like Thai fighters have like 300 fights by the time they're 21. And if the fighter smiles at you, or if the person smiles at you, walk away. Like this is a person that is okay with what's about to happen, and you are not prepared for it.
Oh.
But yeah, and it's like you just need to get the noisemaker out in front of you to start making noise, because most people, once that idea breaks, once that like, hey, they're going to comply and they're going to give me the $1,000 that are in the register, which is actually like $50 because no one fucking has cash anymore, and they're like, they're going to give me the money and blah, blah, blah. Well, when that breaks down, one of two things happens. Either they get confused and they kind of go, oh, this isn't working like I thought, I'm going to leave, or they get more violent. And you got to watch out for that more violent. Right, because the example I always use, and I use this for all my students, is one of the videos on there. A guy gets rolled up on at a gas station, and they roll up on him with a shotgun, and they're like, give me your keys. And he just goes, no. And he starts walking away from them. And there's like three of them. So not only has he like interrupted their plan, he's also like shown them to be bitches. And
yeah.
And they're with their boys. They can't be a bitch in front of their boys.
No, they can't back down. They got to escalate.
Right. And so they run up and they like blow this dude's knee out with a shotgun. And then they don't actually even steal his car at that point, because they're like, oh shit, we just shot someone. Oh fuck. And then they run away.
Run away!
And so like basically he's like, the ASP principle, and I 100% agree with it, either fully comply or fully resist. Don't you see a lot of videos where someone will be like someone will be like holding a knife to them, and they'll just kind of like paw their hand out of the way. They're like, no, I don't agree with this. And you're like, no. This dude has chosen violence. You either need to choose violence as well, or you need to comply. There's no like, no, sir, I do not wish to participate in your activity today. Yeah. I'm going to go sit in the corner. So,
so as far as like the original question though, how's your draw from concealment with your M&P 5-inch gun that you put in your...
From reasonable, actually true concealment, it's pretty decent. It's probably a 1 second to 1.5 second draw. My goal is, with my background, is that I don't intend to draw from the drop. So if someone's got a gun on me, I don't intend to draw it unless I actually fucking have to. And if it's close enough that I can throw some hands or some elbows, I'm throwing some hands or some elbows. Yeah. Because that's my thing. But like, I intend to try to create as much distance between the person, like this dude in the video. Again, if you're looking for it, it's RCCW. Dudes in
I just cross-posted. It'll be a little older by the time people hear this episode, but I did cross-post it to our Reddit, so it'll be there.
So, right, and so like this dude, he's got 3 to 5 seconds from when they enter his shop to when they make it to in front of him. Like, he starts shooting at them before they've even like presented a weapon or been like, hey, we're robbing you. They just come in running with masks on, and he's like, nope, I know what's about to happen. And I 100% support what he did.
It's actually quicker than that. It's like 2 seconds before he shoots.
Right. He made
the shot is fired at the 2 second mark of the video, so it's even less than that.
That's
so pretty impressive.
So yeah, and he drew from strong side, and he had to clear his cover garment, and so yeah, I think mine's probably a 1 second to 1.5, but it's not the less than 1 second that like Asp and other
Well,
people talk about.
if I'm like going for it and I'm like practiced up, like I'm training for it, like when my full-time job was training, I could draw from appendix in 0.8, like
Right.
on the regular, with just like one shirt of some kind on. I didn't wear like a special T-shirt that only comes to my belt line. It was just like whatever shirt or polo I happened to be wearing. And like
your worn out band shirt from 1984.
and worn out band shirts from 1984 doesn't matter if I'm wearing a polo that goes down past my dick. If you grab the bottom and pull it to your throat, it's out of the way. Period.
Yep.
Like that's the way to do it. Like if you're drawing from even if you're drawing from strong side, like just grab your shirt at your gun and yank it to your throat. Your gun will be exposed. It's very simple. And then the rest of it is just how's your mechanics with your draw. Now from strong side, I'm more like a 1.5. 1.4, 1.5 at best. Although I did it in a class today and I grabbed a ham sandwich. Like it was completely fucked when I tried to demonstrate it.
Yeah.
But I was just pointing out like these were questions these three gals were asking me, like, you know, how do most people carry? I'm like, well, like I said earlier, most people don't actually carry a gun.
Right.
Like they have a permit and they have a gun in their car somewhere, but they're not actually carrying it. And then one of the gals was very wigged out by the fact that her boyfriend is a friend of mine. He actually set up this private class for me. And I carry an appendix, you know, loaded gun pointed at your dick.
Right.
It doesn't worry me. And it still was just like, I just don't get it. And she did after a while, after explaining how guns mechanically work, as long as they're not a P320. And and I said, so she's like, but why do you carry there? And I said, well, first off, here, check this out. And I put my Shield Plus in my appendix holster and I put it in my belt line. And then I stand there. I go, do you see my gun? No,
Right.
It's gone. Yep. And then I said, I'm not bashful. So if you're bashful, that's going to be your problem. But I lifted up my shirt so my hairy belly's showing, and then they could see how the holster, my Tenacore holster, is actually pushing the gun into my fat so that it can't be seen through my shirt. And they're like, oh. And now I said, here, watch this. And then I drew from appendix, and I didn't even like go for it. I just did a very safe, quick draw. Not the fastest I could do, but it was just quick as I could.
Yep.
And I wasn't running a timer or anything, but I'm guessing it was like 1 to 1.1, you know, somewhere in that vicinity. It was very, and they were all like, oh, that's okay. I get it now. And then
Right.
I also demonstrated a strong side draw, and that was when I grabbed the ham sandwich. And I was like, I haven't practiced this much in a long time because I don't carry that way very often. But it was like I completely fucked the draw. Like I died, you know.
And
I was dead.
Well, and that's one of those things. And so like I talk about Lane Drink. He teaches this class where we clear out
So
everyone.
you posted a new date. I think I can make that one. Isn't it like February?
1st.
Yeah.
February 1st.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to be there.
Yeah, so it's an excellent class, and the first thing I fucking learned is I don't know that I want to carry with an optic because
I think it's overrated. It really is.
It is. We've talked about before that like most of your shooting is going to be sub 10 yards, and
My
you're
index will
basically-
cover that.
And even if you're not a USPSA masterclass shooter like us,
I'm not a masterclass shooter.
You're 84.65%
I'm the
or
number
whatever.
one A-class limited optics shooter in the country, but I'm not masterclass. I'm
Anyways.
0.0022% away.
Exactly. So even if you're not a high level shooter, you kind of just bring out gun, pull trigger. You're probably going to hit the dude.
Mostly what you're going to do is outline of gun, middle of bad guy, pull trigger, bang, 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 bang.
Right.
Like
So-
sights are not going to be involved.
Right. And so like from Lane's class when I took it, like one of the times we took it, we were at one of his buddies' farms in his uninsulated shed essentially in the middle of winter. So we all had our sweatshirts on. Guess how many times I fucking caught my optic on my sweatshirt?
Every time?
Every fucking time. Like unless
You're
I
way more likely to catch your thumb or optic on your clothing than a hammer on a revolver or semi-auto pistol.
Yep.
Way more likely.
yeah, as Andy said, my thumb was like buried deep in my sweatshirt, and it's like that's why 100%. Whenever someone's like, "Oh, look at my draw," I'm like, "Go put a Carhartt on, go put a sweatshirt on, go dress like you actually dress."
Yeah.
Because
Not when you're doing Instagram runs.
right now, when you're doing the Instagram, like, I want to see your failures because. And now I will admit that when me and Lane do our tactical abomination, and I'm not under much stress, I tend to grab the living shit out of the bottom of my shirt. I rip it the high as fuck, and I get that gun
Your
out.
throat.
Exactly.
Pull shirt to throat.
And that's why one of the things Lane teaches is like he doesn't grab the bottom hem, he grabs the middle and rips it up. And so
I like that. That's smart. Because
Yeah,
I actually, demoing the draw today, when I tried to do strong side, I completely missed the shirt because I was trying to grab the bottom.
Right, and that's what he says is like grab even strong side. You grab a full handful of the middle of your shirt and you pull it to the side.
I just mimed it. I'm sitting down and I just grabbed like belly button high, grabbed my shirt, yanked it to my throat, and I had plenty exposed.
Exactly. So like, and again, this is why you take classes to get more information. And like, and again, one Lane's class teaches you that. Or it allows you to practice your draw from a realistic situation. Because we had a guy come, he had a 5-shot J-frame revolver, and which I respect that he actually showed up to the class with the gun he actually carries. Because there's a lot of people that show up with like their rolling Glocks, and I'm like, do you actually carry that? Do you? And he was carrying a small bag.
I'm coming with a Glock 19 iron sights.
Right, 100%. And this dude was carrying smaller back with his J-frame, and one of the drills, I think it was me or someone else, pinned him to the wall, like shoulder against wall, and I was pinning him with his other shoulder, and I was like, okay, grab your gun. And he couldn't get back to his gun. Mm-hmm. And people don't think about this, but it's like, if you ever read forums on violence, like how are you going to have violence? Either someone's going to have beef with you, or your friends or your family, or if you're in a gang, or they're mugging you. Those are kind of the two 99.9%. Like there's like a 1% like random violence one, but most people are either trying to steal your shit or they got beef with you,
or they completely mistake you for someone else. We talked the lost episode a few weeks ago. We talked about that shooting that happened in my town, in Sioux Falls here. It was a mistaken identity shooting, and I'm going to talk about that story. But if you're not a Patreon member, patreon.com/notanothershootingshow, $3.57 a month, you get to hear this absolutely crazy concealed carry shooting where the guy did not get charged. It's unbelievable. It's a crazy story. I'm going to tell it here just very shortly. Yes, this is a tease. I'm a capitalist. This is the tease. This is what I learned to do doing radio for 23 years. Patreon.com/notanothershootingshow, just $3.57 a month, and you get the rest of this second episode every single week.